All right, let's talk about the
Tell us
Mariners real
about
quick.
George Kirby because
I'm going to
it's
tell you about
crazy.
George Kirby. So
All right.
Friday against the Rays, he had thrown 90 pitches through 6 innings, and then they trotted him back out there for the seventh, and then the Mariners leading 4-2 when he got out there. He tossed a ground out, gave up a double, and then a game-tying homer. So after the game, Kirby said he wished he had not been sent back out there for the seventh.
Right.
So I saw this Friday night, and I sent my friends, because I texted a couple of my friends about this. I sent that Michael Scott gif. Nope, don't like that.
Yeah.
Because you're in September and you're playing against a playoff team. Like, you've only thrown 90 pitches. You should definitely want to be out there, right? You want your guys out there.
That's my issue with it. Is his desire? His desire was to not be out there.
Yeah. So I was really bugged by that. And he has apologized to Scott Service since that conversation, said they didn't handle it well. I have to find real quick. Yeah, publicly. So this is what he said. So I don't have what he said, but he basically just said, like, no, like, it's not that I don't want to be out there. Like, they have to basically pry the ball out of my hand. And that's the case. In Seattle radio has nicknamed him Furious George because he's like so quietly angry all the time when he's on the mound because he's such a competitor. Awesome. Like, the dude gets upset not just when he gives up a home run, but when he gives up a hit or throws a ball. There are memes going around that go around, like, Seattle Mariners Facebook groups and stuff and Twitter and stuff. There's a shot of Ty France like really getting in George Kirby's face, just like leaning in because Kirby's looking this way and Ty France is coming in from the left side, just kind of bugging him. But the meme is, it's okay to throw a ball every once in a while because he hates missing the zone. So this is something that's really interesting. This is from Ryan Divish. He covers the Mariners for the Seattle Times, has for a very long time. This is what he said. He said, few players I've covered take defeat and failure more personally than George Kirby. His frustration doesn't dissipate as quickly as others. What he says in obvious anger after a frustrating outing probably shouldn't be defining of him or his commitment to winning. Also, this is his first full big league season.
I was going to say that, yes.
So,
because in all the comments that I've seen from Scott Service, every time he's quoted, he's like, nah, we had a big conversation, man. Kid's young. We're working with him. I got no beef with it. I'm like, dude, you're a bigger man. That's awesome.
And that's one reason that I do like Scott Service in that role still, is because he does a great job managing that really, really young clubhouse. Like, that's another, like, Mariners meme thing, is that Scott Service is the dad that, like, somebody does something, then they send out the proud dad meme of Scott Service. And I think he does a great job with that. But on the other hand, though, like, this is one thing, though, is that, like, in a spot like that, after you throw 90 pitches and you're used to being pulled after like 102 tops, right? Yeah. And they've talked about managing, especially George Kirby and Bryce Miller, Brian Wu. They've already, like, skipped a start for him. And then I think also, anyway, so they've been talking about managing guys' innings this year, right? And so I wonder if Kirby was, I mean, he knows his body, and he was kind of like, I'm gassed after 6 innings.
Done. Yeah.
Right. And I wonder if that's more what it was, is that, like, yes, this late in the year, I understand we got to buck up and play, but I didn't feel like I physically could go back out there and go one more inning, even though you needed me to.
Right.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
And that, because he went out there, he didn't look sharp that 7th inning. He threw like 12 more pitches, and he didn't look like he did even in the 6th inning.
It was exactly 12 more. Yeah, he came out at 102 for sure.
Yeah, I watched the game. I thought I remembered 102, but no. So I guess in summation, Brig, in the moment, it was like, wow, that's terrible. But then looking back on it some more and being like, who this guy is, what he's done, what he's continuing to do, it's not as bad as it looked initially.
It's good. So I wanted your opinion because I knew you obviously follow the situation way closer. So
I was not happy at first. So I was like,
yeah,
Furious George didn't want to pitch.
Yeah. Furious George.
Yeah, I love Furious
so great.
so much.
Oh man.